All right, so I wanted to make this video very raw, very unfiltered kind of video. Very just bare bones, to kind of just take a second to like express myself. Kind of um, be transparent, open up about kind of I guess just more some personal stuff, not super personal, but like just kind of like my thought processes and stuff like that, and just kind of I don't know. I appreciate everyone who supports me with what I do on YouTube, and who's been a part of the community. Others who have become my friend. I really do appreciate that a lot, and so I like to be transparent. Sometimes I'm a little bit too open, maybe I'm too expressive, but these are just things that I feel like, sometimes it's better just get off your chest. Sometimes I know a lot of you guys who like really know me or have gotten to know me. I've probably noticed at times I can get pretty discouraged and frustrated, and it's not just with YouTube. I mean, that is a factor, and I'll get into that in a second. But I think the biggest thing about my frustration and why I kind of get discouraged very easily lately, maybe like the past year even, has to do with my health. That's kind of the main thing I want to talk about is health stuff, because it's very frustrating, and I feel like not a lot of people really know the whole story behind like kind of my health and stuff. And there's a lot of weird stuff, a lot of weird details to my health that makes no sense, that I don't even understand. But I'm going to do my very best to kind of express why I'm so frustrated. So let me backtrack a little bit. For those of you guys who don't know, the reason I started YouTube is because I wanted to find another creative outlet to kind of express myself and share something I'm passionate about with the world, with the internet, which was gaming, right? I'm a huge lover of music. That's like my first passion. You guys can sort of see my guitars right in the background there. I got a piano here. I love music. I'm a diehard musician. Maybe not the best musician in the world, but I love playing music, making music, writing music, whatever. I got a music channel. That was my first YouTube channel. And, my first aspiration was to do something with music. And I'd still love to do stuff with music, beyond just playing for fun if possible. But what happened is, out of nowhere, I got sick years ago. I'm talking maybe 5-6 years ago, maybe 6 years ago at this point. And I was in 2 different bands. Before I got sick, one of my other bands it fell apart. I was proud of the music we made. My other bandmates were not so much. We were offered a record deal, but I guess they weren't into the style of music anymore, so they kind of dipped and, did their own thing. But I was in another band, and we opened up for a musician, hip hop / kind of like, I guess, rock artist named Manifest. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. Really cool dude. He came to town, and we ended up opening up for him. So that was really cool. But what was weird is that show, all the pictures of me, I'm like white as a ghost. I do not look well, and I thought it was just like nerves, because it was like the first like huge show. Like, I'm not talking like thousands. I'm talking like hundreds of people, right? Like, it's not huge, like thousands upon thousands, but it was like our first show where like people were buying tickets to come, right? Usually it's like, it was kind of like free events and stuff you'd play at, local shows and stuff like that, or it was, if people bought tickets, it was not like a sold out place, but this was like a sold out, small venue, few hundred people. And so I thought it was just nerves, right? And looking back, I think maybe was like the start of my health issues. So I started getting like super sick out of nowhere. And what I mean by sick is just like all my energy started going away. Like I had no energy. I was super tired all the time. I couldn't do anything. Like I couldn't do the physical things I was doing regularly before. Like I was the kind of person who was always active. I was skateboarding all the time. I was playing hockey. I was doing all these crazy things. And all of a sudden I couldn't do any of that. I was literally like, I could barely go in the shower at that point because I felt just like so weak and shaky. I felt like I didn't know what was going on. It was scaring the crap out of me. And so I ended up going through test after test after test, like almost a year of tests. And then they ended up, I guess, through a series of different tests and ruling out different things and kind of, non-specific tests that kind of diagnosed me with lupus, which is an autoimmune disorder that basically your immune system attacks itself. It's basically your immune system is idiotic and it attacks good cells thinking they're foreign cells. I guess that's the best way to put it. They call it the disease of 1,000 faces because it can affect you in so many different ways. It's not even funny. But I think the biggest way it's affected me is fatigue. Now, the doctors think I have chronic fatigue as well. Yes, that is a thing for those of you guys who don't know, which is crazy. But I'm literally chronically fatigued. So if you guys sometimes see that, like, maybe I don't have as much energy as, like, other people sometimes, you know, I'm doing my best, man. But I'm always drained. Imagine, like, you know the feeling when you're sick with a cold or something and you're just drained? Imagine feeling like that, like, almost all the time. That's majority of how I feel. Anyway, so they'd put me on like this medication to kind of help, I guess, with the lupus and things like that. And it didn't really help a ton with the fatigue. It helped to an extent. And a few years went by, you know, got married and things like that, which was amazing, you know. I freaking love my wife and our kids. And, you know, I have great family, man. All my family is amazing. You know, my parents, my wife, my kids, like just extended family, grandparents and aunts and uncles, cousins, etc. Like I'm very blessed. But in 2017, I decided, okay, man, I gotta try to push myself to do some exercise. I can't just like waste away, man. I gotta do something. Even though it was extremely hard. You got to understand, right? This is not just like I'm lazy here, okay? Like I want to do this so bad. And it's like I said, it's like not having energy at all. But thankfully, I was able to manage to start doing small workouts every day. Like it was started really small, like 5-minute workouts, just like, you know, a few sets of curls with like really light dumbbells, like 10-pound dumbbells. And somehow throughout the year, I guess by the grace of God, throughout the year, I was able to do more and more and more. And towards the end of 2017, like, you know, by the time fall was hitting, I was doing like 30 to 45-minute workouts, you know, multiple exercises in a session. You know, I had gained about like 20 or 30 pounds of like muscle, which was pretty freaking cool. I gained like, I think like 2 inches of muscle on my arms, and most places, like some places a little bit less, like my forearms, like half an inch, you know, or, you know, my chest probably like an inch, but I was gaining like good muscle in that year. And then at the beginning of 2018, literally like a snap of a finger out of nowhere, like mid-January of 2018, all of a sudden I got like super fatigued again, super like drained, and I just couldn't work out anymore. Like night and day. Like all of a sudden I was able to do like 45-minute workouts. I was doing these like at least like what, 5 days a week. I'll do like 3 days and take a break, 3 days, take a break. Yeah, so I was doing like 5 or yeah, it's at least like five workouts a week. And night and day, all of a sudden I couldn't do it anymore. And I didn't know why. And it's like, it was to the point where it's like I would try to do like an exercise, I would get really shaky. Something like you'd think if like you're diabetic, and I'm not diabetic. I've been tested for it multiple times, and every time I'm not diabetic. But it's kind of like this. It sounds like what you would expect if you are diabetic, and so I went to go see my doctor, and he did some blood work, extensive blood work, and everything was normal. And here's where the kind of frustration starts to kick in, is he kind of shrugged his shoulders at that point and kind of tossed it up in the air. And that has been a huge frustration of mine, because I feel like I've been getting worse All of 2018, it was basically just a runaround of blood tests. And before I was diagnosed with lupus, he would send me, he sent me to all these different specialists, right, to look into things because something was wrong. But now, hey, you got lupus, so let's just blame it on that and blame it on, chronic fatigue. It's like, well, with chronic fatigue, you can, you have ups and downs. It's like, dude, I have not had a freaking up for like a year, over a year now, right? We're in 2019. It's been over a year. And I've been begging him to do something. And the most I got him, convinced him to do was send me for like a sleep test. I think that's pretty normal. I got to wait to go like kind of see what's up with that. But from what I understand, that's pretty normal too. And so I just have no idea what's wrong with me. My doctor is basically doing jack. He's shrugging his shoulders saying, what do you want me to do? And I keep telling him, I want you to send me to a damn specialist, man. Like, this is what I want. Like, if you're not going to do it, then like, what the frig? Like, it's not really cool, man. Like, I understand he's done everything he can, but send me somewhere else. Send me to like an internist, a specialist, someone who knows a little bit about everything and can maybe, send me to other specialists and just do something, because something is not right. There's no way that I go from being able to work out 30 to 45 minutes every single day, gaining muscle, to like all of a sudden, bam, I can't. And I lost, by the way, like 20 pounds in a month, right? I lost all that. And that's the other thing that's kind of a kick in the face. As a guy, I don't know if all guys are like this, but as a guy, I feel like I feel kind of like some of my manhood is taken away from me when I can't exercise and I can't maintain, my structure, right? Because that's just how I feel. I'm not saying that anyone who's scrawny out there is less of a man. I'm just saying that's what it makes me personally feel for myself, is that, you go from like, I was bulking up. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've slimmed down a lot, like friggin', there's like not much there anymore, man. It's like, if you guys seen some of the progress pictures I posted on Twitter in 2017, late 2017, I was making progress, man. Like I was getting stocky, not huge, but I was stocking up, and all that, boom, can't even snap, whatever. There you go. All that just gone, and it's really frustrating because there's some days I feel worse than others. There's some days where it feels like it's almost like, let's say you skip eating all day and your body gets really weak and it feels like kind of malnourished. That's almost how I feel some days, and I'm always super tired. I'm always super weak. I'm always like, it makes no sense. And in the past couple months, I've been having some other weird symptoms, which I'm not going to get into specifically. But the point is that there's something wrong. My doctor won't send me anywhere. I constantly feel like crap. I don't know why. I don't know if it's something minor or something serious that they're not catching because he's not looking into it more than that. Like my mind kind of wanders and thinks like, what if it's something serious that's progressing that they haven't found because they're not sending me anywhere besides a few blood tests. That's kind of where my head's at with it, is I don't know, and that's, no one likes to not know what's wrong with their health, right? Especially when it limits what you can do. Now I understand, other health issues that I have that are confirmed are going to affect me, but if I was able to push enough to do, some workouts, it was hard. I will admit it was hard to do that, but I can't do that at all without getting shaky, feeling nauseous, like my head friggin', like it's all these weird things. I can't do it anymore. The winter of 2017, 2018, I was able to go play hockey lightly with my son, in the winter, like, outdoor ice hockey. So we live in Canada. This winter, there's no way, dude. Like I want to so bad. I love hockey and I can't. And that kills me, man. It's like, kills me not to be able to go do that with him. One, because I love hockey, and two, it's because he loves hockey. And, that one, 2017, 2018, we had a blast doing that together. And, that sucks. And so that's one of the things that weighs down to me the most. And really gets me down. It really gets me discouraged. So if you kind of see sometimes, if you notice at any point that I seem discouraged, whether I don't know where you see it, but if you notice it, you know why. That's kind of what's going on. I appreciate any prayers I can get right now, because like I don't know what's up. I don't know how to convince my bloody doctor to send me somewhere. And it's just been like really rough, really really rough, and it takes a toll on you mentally, man. Like what I mean by that is like you just feel like really discouraged some days, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a fighter. I have a lot of great stuff around me. I got a beautiful family. I got a great wife and parents and kids, and all of you guys who have been so kind to me. So there's a lot to be grateful for, and there's a lot that kind of helps lift my spirits up when I'm feeling down and kind of beaten up in those ways. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of the biggest thing. Obviously, YouTube is another thing in and of itself. YouTube is like this thing where it's like, YouTube's a vicious circle, because it's like I love doing YouTube. I cannot stop because it's an addiction. Like I just love doing it. It's just like anyone else out there who really does YouTube knows exactly what I mean. It doesn't matter how successful you are. If you're truly a content creator, whether big or small, like you're hooked. It's just something you love to do. And I love to do it because I'm so passionate about it. I'm passionate about gaming. I'm passionate about the communities. I love interacting with you guys. It's just so freaking cool. And it gives me something to do, right? Because let's be honest, when you're limited physically, there's days that I honestly feel pretty useless as a person, because I'm like, I can't do much physically because I'm so drained all the friggin' time. And so there's some days I feel pretty useless, and so YouTube gives me something to feel like I'm doing something, I'm working, I don't know. So, but there's some days that gets discouraging too. Like I'm so proud of what we've built. But at the same time, as a content creator, you wonder, why am I not seeing more success? Is it me? Is it my personality? Is it my quality, my content? I've been at this, 4+ years, I think now we've been doing this. And again, I'm so glad that we've reached we're almost like 12,000 on both channels, which blows my mind. But at the same time, you kind of wonder, like, what can I do to see more success, right? And it's not that it's all about, the numbers or things like that, but obviously when you're working at something, you want to see it grow and succeed. It's like anything. If you create, especially if you're creating something, you want as many people to see it as possible, because, you're passionate about it. You want to share that with people, right? And it's kind of like that old saying, the more the merrier, right? It's like if you're running a business, right? You could be running a business and making, making enough to get by, or making a living off it, which, by the way, I'm not making a living off of YouTube. I just want to say that up front. I'm not at that point yet. That is the dream, to be able to, actually support my family off YouTube. That'd be crazy. That's not why I started YouTube. Like I said, the reason I started YouTube was to kind of just express myself, just kind of share a passion with people, connect with people, create something, give me something to do when I feel like there's not a lot I can do physically with my health issues. And so that's kind of, that's kind of my main drive, right? But like I said, if you have a business, right, you always want to see the business grow and succeed. And content creation is essentially, in a way, a business, a brand, right? It's something that you're trying to build, and especially when you're so passionate about the community and meeting, all these different like-minded people that share these passions. Like, that is so cool. That is so cool, and I'm so friggin' stoked that I've met as many of you as I have already. But, obviously, like I said, the more the merrier. The more people you get to meet, the more people, for example, when my Kingdom Hearts 3 videos blew up, which, man, thank you guys again so much for that support. That really blows my mind. I had a field day with that, man. I was like, yo, I was like, I don't know, like if you guys realize, I would spend like hours, like I'd spend like an hour or two at a time going through the comments, just replying the comments, reading comments, because I loved just seeing how passionate people were about like Kingdom Hearts and the lore, especially like those lore videos that I did that really did well. I had a blast. You know, not a lot of people when their videos blow up, they just kind of leave them, right? And I know I can't get to every single comment, but do know that I spent a lot of hours reading as many comments as I can. I didn't reply to every single one, but I tried to reply to as many as I could. You know, I love that. I freaking love that when people get so passionate and they're leaving all these comments and I can interact with you. And dude, that is the coolest feeling ever. You know what I mean? That is so cool. I can't even explain to you that feeling. It's just, it's really cool. It's really cool. So thank you for that. Anyways, you know, like I said, this video is just kind of a rant. It's probably going to be uncut, unfiltered. You know, nothing too crazy. You know, I'll probably just trim the intro and the outro just so, you know, it has a smooth transition in and out. But that's it. You know, I kind of wanted to do this kind of rant podcast style, you know, just, you know, me and the mic, no music, no fancy background, nothing special, and just kind of get those things off my chest. So yeah, I just want to share that with you guys. You know, like I'd like to be transparent. Obviously there's certain things, you know, you keep to yourself, and, you know, you know, like things are your personal life, right? There's certain aspects to your personal life that, you know, you don't necessarily share every detail with the world, right? It's normal. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not some crazy person, guys, I promise. No, but I like to be transparent as much as I can, kind of let you guys know, you know, what's going on with me, right? Because, you know, maybe you don't understand why I'm not as energetic as maybe I wish I could be. And then I do try to put as much energy as I can in videos some days, but some days are just kind of, you know, some videos are just kind of more relaxed and chilled. So yeah, I don't know, I guess I'll leave it at that. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments below. Again, thank you guys so much for everything that you know you guys have done to just not just support me, but befriend me. You know, just be like actual friends to me. Whether we know each other very well or not, you know, whether we've talked at all or not. You know, I always love to meet new people. So leave a comment, and we'll interact. Let me know how many of you guys actually got through this whole video, because I'm actually curious how many people are going to watch like over 20 minutes worth of a guy ranting about his life, about his health and stuff. But like I said, the biggest thing that's kind of discouraging me this past year is my health. You know, the fact that you know, my physicality, I can't really work out and feel good physically about myself, and I always feel drained and weak, and I don't know what's wrong. My doctors, well, it's not to throw them under the bus, but right now they kind of feel useless. They're not really doing much, and it's kind of a kick in the face. You know, and you know, as a content creator, obviously when your content doesn't perform as well as you would expect it to, or hope to, you know, sometimes I can get a little hard too, because, you know, you want to see it succeed. It's something you're passionate about. You know, you want to see it grow. You want to see people enjoy it. So that's why I'm always asking for feedback as well. You know, if you guys have feedback, I appreciate it. Constructive feedback. You know, not like, you suck. It's not constructive. Give me something constructive. I love it. Anyways, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, let me know how many of you guys made through the whole video. Again, uncut, unfiltered. Just wanted to share what's going on with me this past while, especially with my health, and maybe some of you can sympathize. You know, like I said, I can use as many prayers as I can, and you know, by the grace of God, hopefully they figure out what's going on soon, because it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Anyways, I love you guys very much. Thank you guys so much for watching this. We'll get back to the normal content in the next video. I'll catch you guys very soon. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend, start of your week, whenever you're watching this. And yeah, catch you guys next time. Bye.